Okay, so what we have here is the Wolfeyak makeover. You can see I have this rail rough shaped and in place. We have this side not attached yet, just split down the middle. I had to, when I cut the rails off, they were too thick to bend to the new shape, so I sliced them using a hot wire cutter right down the middle to make them more flexible so I could bend them to fit the new contours of the Wolfeyak. You can see it's all de-skinned, everything removed down to bare foam. I have a nice point to the bow now. Here again you can see the rail has been split to better put it. Right now this side isn't glued down, it is just held in place with the bamboo skewers. Once I get it rough shaped and glued, I'll go back and put it all in. And some of this work has to be done before the rail is glued to the base of the hull for purposes with just metal fitted in. Some of those things have to be slid up from the bottom. Much lighter because I stripped all the wood. I had wood from the front to the back that just was not needed. Now when I go back, I'm simply going to put a wood on the standing area I have, and on the side rails I will simply put it in the areas where I plan to attach things. Also, lesson learned, I had a problem with attaching an anchor trolley on the last one, so this time before I skin it, I'm going to insert some wood blocks where I will have my anchor trolley connections on the side. It's just rough shaped. I plan on putting contours on both edges of the top rail, and that's where it stands for now. I think it looks pretty good, much cleaner lines, and should cut the water much better than the the original version of the Wolfeyak. Trying to get a better view so you can kind of get an overall view of it, and that's where it be. I'll update later. And here you can see my top rail. I'm putting in hand grab, very sturdy. The angle comes down to about here. Rail glued all the way. Comes back on here. PVC runs from here to right about in here. Also grill glued in. You'll notice that there is a cutout in this area. I plan on putting Plano storage boxes, so I will put a bungee system from here to that end with a weave, so I can put Plano tackle boxes right in there for handy access. Right here you see the start of my landing gear system I'm going to use for the wheels instead of a cart. It starts with a hole that goes all the way through. I will have a piece of PVC teed down here, a foot that way, a foot that way, coming up, connected to this with holding bolts on it, so I'm not just counting on PVC glue. So what actually happens when it's on the wheels, this won't be carrying the weight. This will actually be sitting on the PVC runners that will be under here. PVC will be sticking down, but I'm making styrofoam caps that go over here and run from front to back, so you won't be able to see the PVC at all. Eventually up here I will have wood that runs over this all along to help cover that all up. then contouring, beveling the edges. Still have to do the identical on the other side, but this way I won't need a cart. I will simply be able to put my wheels in, drop a pin in to hold it. When I'm not using them, pull the pin, pull the wheel out, turn it 90 degrees, slide it back in, drop the pin in, and the wheels will ride simply along here out of the water. Wolfeyak 2.0 still has quite a bit of work to do. The underside is pretty much completed, shaped. You can see my tri-hull type of design, more of a cathedral hull. You can see the self-bailing areas for the water to run out deck if I take on any water. You can see where I've worked to fill and repair some gouges that my oopses. Still have some more trimming to do. The reduced transom, just enough room for a trolling motor. You can see over here I still have some more filling to do. But the transom support is still really wide, glued and pinned into the hull in various locations. You can see up here I've added a bulkhead and will be manufacturing a removable deck lid for this area. My rails, the internal part for my wheel system I plan on putting in that will go down. Basic shape is done. Probably still need to round off the little bit on the front right there to get some bluntness out of that. But there she be, all redone. Okay, so pretty much have this side done, the gouges filled in. You can see where I've had to use expanding foam to fit some of the damage that caused from gaps and stuff having to fit pieces together. Right in here you can see my landing gear system is going to be involved, and for you can see what is actually under there. There is this support structure identical to this that is embedded in the foam and under the rails, and expanding foam glued in, lock pins to hold it together, and that is all embedded. My my landing gear will go into that square receiver, and the whole support weight will actually be on the legs that will be sitting on the bottom of the boat under the runner.
Wow. It's nice. What?
Nothing. Turn the camera sideways.
Careful of that wind.
How's it look?
It's looking nice.
Still stable.
Yeah. That might be an issue getting back.
barely in the water.
The bow, yeah, it is. It's about.
I hear water slapping. Can I get the water bow down some?
I can't tell. It kind of. Oh wow, my God, how fast you're going in that. Yeah, there's about this much from the water level up to your ports. That's amazing.
Against the wind, it's hard to paddle, but it's better than the old one. Oh yeah, the bow's not even, the surface of the bow's not even water, just the runner. Keep going, come my way.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so here we have the start of Brendan Jack. Layout's done. Hull is cut. Hard to see in the dark, but there it is. Alright, we have the DakYak. Brandon's kayak is all done, topside shaped and formed. See transom, cable steering, conduit. It runs from here to the front. Cutouts for the wheel system and the rod system. He wanted a rear bulkhead, and it doesn't hurt as stability. Sonar pod, the other end of the steering, front bulkhead, hatch. You see one insert are where tie downs can go, so I can anchor things. The rails aren't in yet, they'll be put in before painting, and there it be. Okay, here we have Wolfeyak and the DakYak. We'll call it the DakYak for now. The Wolfeyak and DakYak. DakYak still needs the hatch and some handles and finishing work done. I still need to touch up some trim work, finish up a real seating system on mine. You paint up the handles and make his rod system. But there they are, the Wolfeyak and the DakYak. Both of them are 12 foot. Wolfeyak is 38, DakYak is 34 inches. So that's where we sit right now. Two-part sonar pod, cup holder, goes all the way through. One part sonar pod, all one unit. Front hatch comes up, bungees down. Go ahead, put it back down. smaller access hatch on top of that. That's where the batteries for the trolling motor will be stored. His hatch is going to be similar, just a little more lower profile. And let's take a look at the bottom. Of course, his bottom still needs paint. His bottom has a semi-V catamaran hull. It drops from 0 at the edge at the runner, well, say half an inch, up to 2 inches at the center point, back down. The runners are 4 inches tall with a 1 inch or so 45 bevel in there along the edge. Front and rear skegs for better tracking. Of course, you can see his sonar pod opening there.
Come over here and look at an angle down here so we can see the slight V you put in there.
Trying to get where you can actually see the V. Maybe you can see it from this angle. Yeah, there you can see it. It's not a true flat bottom. There is actually about a 2-inch bevel going from the edge to the center line. So it's a semi-V'd catamaran hull. Now we'll take a look at mine. You want to get over here and help hold it?
Yeah.
Just hold it right there. Got it?
Yeah, I got it.
I am running a flat bottom tri-hull design. I have full skegs down the center and down the sides, flat in between them. We'll get the test out and see which one actually paddles and handles better. And float test, his turned better, mine tracked better, but mine didn't turn very well at all. We'll see how that works out in actual use. Of course, you can see the sonar opening. Excuse me, I'm out of breath. And there it is.